It's yet another wonderful day for streaming some programming. It's always fun to get back at that after a nice relaxing weekend. So here I am at it again. I have nothing crazy going on today since it's since it's library work. I wanted to keep learning about how to actually do reagent and Clojure script front-end stuff by attempting to build little helper tools here and there, because I'm gonna need some front-end stuff eventually, and reagent seems like a really nice thing over React that can help me make useful stuff relatively quickly. So that's all I got going on. I'm gonna get working here. So what I have is it's called ASDF app because it's just a sort of prototype placeholder thing, and it's nothing crazy. I just have the idea I have in mind is to kind of build a little toolbox drawer over time. So see, these are things I have to fix, right? I threw this together and I didn't make unique keys and stuff like that, which is a problem, right? I can't reference everything in a list properly. So I know I need to fix it, but that'll come along as I go. And this one just draws a closed polygon. And then drag is something that I'm working on that obviously doesn't work very well yet, but the idea is you can drag dots around. So what I want to try to do is refine this drag around thing so it works better. See, it even has some weird flashing where it flashes back to its starting point as I'm dragging it. So there's work to do there. But what I want to do, fix that up, and then learn to, there's gunk on my mouse right now, just give me a second. I was just saying, I want to combine the circle that I can drag with the points in the drawing element there, so that I can place points and then move them around after the fact. In fact, before I get to refining this, what I actually want to do is make a little label thing so that when I click and draw a dot, I also draw in a little text box, the coordinates. So what I'm going to do is go in here, and here I have this dot function here. I also want to create let me think here. Just a copy, just a straight copy of annotations from my library here. I have this thing here, label, which I can copy and modify as needed into here as a starting point. So the idea, right, it will be to have an XY coordinate, and I put it in the translate here, string, translate x, y, and then that. And this scale thing, I had a reason for hard coding that in there, but I don't remember what it was. I'm going to assume that that is going to be wrong. Okay, so I have now that. Okay. So that's a little label there. It's not causing an error anyway, which is good. Okay. And oh boy. Oh. Still feeling a little tired from the weekend for some reason. I think I haven't slept as well as I thought I was. As well as I needed to, and that's coming through a little bit in how I'm feeling at the moment. I'm gonna, for a minute here, change this so that I have a permanently spawned. Let's make it smaller. It doesn't need to be big. Let's make it 300. Yeah. Perfect. So that is the drawable thing there, which is good. I need to make a little reset button in the drawable. So that I don't have to refresh the browser. Let's give that a shot. This drawable thing is a little messy right now, but hey, we're prototyping, so I'm gonna be okay with it for the time being. We'll do here button. What is the I don't know the proper shape of a button. I have this code here from Bork Dude. I have the link here. This is helping me with the draggable stuff, so I have the link here. But anyway, I'm not sure, I'll use they have a button here, so I'm just having a look there for a minute. It's just a button, it says drag me, and you can attach events to it, so it's pretty simple. Let me just do button here. Oh, my bad. Clear. And the button itself will just have a, it'll have nothing special about it, just a on click. On click, it'll run the function. Let's see, how do I function E? But all it's going to do is reset this state here back to empty here. So I just do reset state with that. I think that's correct. Atom new val, yeah. Okay, so if I'm correct, okay, reset that function. All right, let's see if that actually works. There's a clear button. Hey, hey, look at that. All right. As prototypes go, this is not too bad. Not too bad. So, all right. I like that. So one thing I have here is the idea of adding tools into the list of rendered things. Eventually I'll need I'm not going to do it now, but I'll have to have I want to have a little X option in the corner somewhere so that you can spawn things in and you can X them out and delete them as well. Okay, so we've got a clear function there, which is really nice. Now let's work on adding labels to these dots here. And the labels are just going to have the coordinates on them. So that does mean here let me make a new function here labeled let's make a point, and it accepts x, y value, and all it's going to do is group it's going to make a group tag, right? G is group in SVG, and it's going to group the result of dot xy. I'm going to hard code the radius of 4 in there for now, and the label also positioned at xy with let's see here, string xy, like that should probably work. Yeah, I think. Let's have a look, see if that makes any sense. We map point to this instead. Let's give that a shot. Okay, there we go. Now it's just a matter of making this not look bad. Cool, cool. Let's move this here into this spot here. So we've got, let's make it labeled point instead. Yeah. And here. Okay, so it should be the same. Yep. Okay, so but now we just need to adjust the label positioning a little bit. So I'm going to be kind of bad and hard code the scale in there again. Really, things like that should be handled differently, I think. Ooh, that's too small. That is too small indeed. But what I want to do here is actually well, first of all, let me so the reason that's not a great size, let's scale it like this. So let me think about for a minute actually messing with these things first of all, if instead of having a transform here, I don't have one at all, let's just get rid of those for a minute. And let's make x, x, and y be y. What does that look like? Okay, so it ends up putting the bottom left of the line right where I click, which isn't bad, actually. That's not really a problem at all. I mean, the simplest thing is just to leave it be like that, right? But instead, what might make sense here is to my bathroom is my plumbing's making noises. That'll be okay. That will be okay. Let me see, where was I at? Man, it's risky losing your train of thought. Okay, these labels look kind of ugly, but for slapping something together pretty quick, I kind of don't mind, to be totally frank about it. I'm just thinking about if I were to, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna completely forget about that translate part there. That'll be totally fine. If I go here and do x, if I just do plus 6 and y minus 4, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so the x plus 6 is good, and I should actually do plus 4 on the y, plus 3. Okay, that's looking pretty great. So instead of putting those values in there, maybe I should put them in here, because that more closely lines up with, like, then I don't have to hard code those values in, or then I don't have to remove them in other contexts where I don't want them. A little messy, but for prototyping like this, it's going to be totally good and fine. So let's just make that y, and let's just make this x. And the fill, does fill actually, oh it does, wow. Kind of wonder if I should change some of the colors around a bit. Hot pink, how's that look? Let's have a gander at that. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's not the most legible. What's a good color? Is gray spelled with an A or with an E? I never know. You know what? Let's go ahead and just leave it like that for the time being. Let's clear it. Let's make sure this is 90. Clear. Okay. That's pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so now, since I have this labeled point thing here, what I want to do quickly, if I swing back down here and render in a draggable on there, I've got this draggable scenario going on, which is different and something that I need to fix up or improve upon. And this was harder for me because it's got some stuff that I don't completely understand yet. That's the deal here. Okay, so draggable, let's have a look here. Big help from this, which is this. Let's get rid of that. This sample code here. In fact, this sample code, let me just showcase it for a moment. Draggable button, very simple example of a draggable button demo here. Drag this, it nicely moves around, which I think is pretty cool. And there's this alive true thing, which is just for detecting proximity to something else, to, I guess, demonstrate where you can like lock things off. But I don't need that for right now. I actually just need, let's go back to where I was. I just need to get some basics working here. So the thing that doesn't work perfectly yet is this. It's not totally staying right with the mouse pointer, and that's maybe fine actually, because if I do, actually let me change this draggable thing first for a minute. If I do draggable components, okay, so I have this work in progress draggable circle. Oh, this is wrong here. Does that make a difference? Let's see what happens. Something's broken. Right, so this state atom, I forget what, I don't know why I did it that way, but let's match it. Okay. Okay, so this is not changing, and that would be because this draggable circle here okay, so what I actually thought that this would work to change this, because I thought, right, if I create this component here with its own state localized in here, I would be able, well, let's head to the handlers and see. Okay, so there's a state here. State gets reset with that map there. This offset and on move have that. You can see what I mean. This is still stuff I need to kind of poke around and learn properly. I want it to be as simple as possible while still being useful and correct, right? So why would that? Why would that not work properly? Well, so one thing I do know is I am currently incorrectly calculating the X and Y positions of things when it's being dragged. So that's something I know I need to fix up. But okay, so so what I'm working through here is trying to figure out how to get this state atom here properly put into this. I wonder, I don't think this will work. Right, so what it's doing, this draggable circle component is creating its own state from values that are from another state atom. So I guess at the point of dereference here, it's not linked in any way. I would have to pass in. I can't just deref the values, I'd have to pass in the state part itself, I guess. Right, so I'd have to do like that, and then this let doesn't need to happen. Let's see if this works, if my brain's going the right way on this stuff. Right, so now state is passed through. I can still deref the state there, but I don't think that's a smart idea, but let's just try it. Let's just see what happens. There's an error. It compiles, but there's an error on the... Oh, of course, I can't. No, I'm messing things up. Let me get back to a semi-workable position here. Okay, what have I done now? Right. Here, let state equal state. Yeah, it's kind of silly. Okay, I also am not passing anything into this part right now. Draggable circle, state. No, okay. Let's go. Let's get this back down to where I had it before, okay? Because then I can start to think about it differently again. Handler state, this should be fine like that. Okay, let's see if this works again. Nope, I still messed something up. Where have I gone wrong with this? Okay. Let the state be this. Okay, we're back to, okay, we've got a thing working, kinda. We'll start there again and have a look at how stuff is going. Okay, so my issue is still that I thought this would properly connect the draggable state atom to the state of the draggable circle, but it is not doing that. right? So what I thought would happen is that since you deref the state here, you would have that linked through to this one, but that's not happening. So there's a different way to do this. See that? There's this kind of permanent offset here. There's a few things going on that I have to wrap my head around that I don't get yet. First of all, this event here, I don't actually need, like, what I need or what I want is this. I want these values to just be the offset directly here, but that gives me a problem that I don't understand yet. So offset Y, offset X. Okay, and then you reset the state with those values, and it'll work, but it causes that flakiness, and it only sometimes puts things where I want them to be. So I don't understand why that's happening. That's the part I'm struggling with right now. Well, one of the parts, I should say. Right, so the mouse up handler is really nice and simple, right? So I don't need this to have a name there. It just unlistens. That shouldn't change a thing, right? So that's pretty good so far. Right, so the mouse up handler, simple, like I said. Let me rearrange these as well. Oh wait, I don't think I can. No, because of the way they're referencing each other, but that's fine. Okay, so mouse up handler is really nice and simple. It just unlistens on the window for any mouse move, which is good. I could maybe make it listen on the parent instead of on the whole window, but for now I'm going to leave that the same. I also don't know if what I'm saying is even accurate, so other little thing to fix. But I just realized one little thing here. Well, okay, no, let's handle, okay, the problem at hand for me right now is this jittery hopping between the mouse point and its original position on the screen there. I don't know what to do with that. Okay, so let's have a look here. Mouse down handler is where it starts, right? So it starts with an, I gotta make these consistent here. Let's just do, instead of event, let's make it E. reset state. Okay, good. Function e event slash unlisten JS window event type on move, which is passed in, and that's a function. Should be. Should I make this a one-liner like that? Yeah. It's fine for now. Yeah. Okay. Here. Pardon me. Okay. So we've got EEE. That should all still work. Okay. So it starts on mouse down handler. There's the event and then the state of it. And mouse down handler happens on mouse down of the thing being clicked, right? So it has mouse down handler, the event is passed in, and then the state is passed in as well. I think that should work just fine, right? That would be equivalent to I think that's correct. It implicitly passes the event as the first argument of the function. Maybe this is where I'm thinking about it wrong. This won't make sense, will it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yep, so that's still wrong. Makes sense. Event.target is undefined. Oh. I must have missed an EVT. Somewhere. Let's see here. Refresh that. Okay. Some things are working, some things are a little problematic. Need to get up, go to the bathroom, get some coffee, and think about this. I won't be long. I shall not be long. Alright, right back at it. Okay. What do I need to do to get things working? That is the question. I wonder is, first of all, let me see that this is correctly moving the start position of a component. It is. Okay, that's good, but this is still not updating, which I know about that. Okay, let's add that back in there as an argument for a minute and see what happens. Okay, nothing has changed. Let's try refresh the page. Okay, so that's not what I need. What if I run it, and what if I change it like this? Let's get rid of that. So right now I'm rendering it like that as a component, but what if I call it as a function? Does that change things? Is that allowed? I don't know. This is what I'm looking for here. Functions are not valid as a React child. This may happen if you return a component instead of a component from render. Or maybe you meant to call this function rather than return it. Okay, so I can't do that. If I wrap it in something, does it suddenly work? I don't think so. I don't think this will work. Okay, it does work now, but it's not being rendered, right? So that's obviously not the way to go. Okay, get it back to there. Okay, so we're rendering. Okay. Okay, let's have a look here. Reagent pass state into component with local state. Let's see if there's any guiding principles here. Because this must be a thing that people can do. Oh man. Okay. I'm a little in over my head, but nothing I can't figure out at some point. What just happened here? Oh. Managing state in reagent. Let's see if this is useful to me in any way. Let's see what everyone says here. Too many states to deal with, hard to sync up different clients. Yeah. Single global app state plus global bus concept. Okay, let's see here. Okay, cursors are a thing that you can kind of use to navigate a global state thing. What I don't understand is it wrong to use local state atoms but then synchronize them out to a global state thing? I'm not sure. Since these are prototypes, I'm not going to concern myself too much with it, but I do need to figure out how to kind of link states together a little bit anyway. So, okay, I don't fully know what this person's talking about, but that's okay. Let's see here. As apps get complicated, read and write cursors push logic into views, which is a bad idea. Cursors have another problematic property. They ask that you arrange your data into a hierarchy, which reflects the hierarchy of components in the UI, which is like asking you to structure your backend database around the layout of your GUI. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Okay, not as helpful as I was hoping. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's see if there's anything useful in the reagent directly stuff here. Let's go find the example that has some actual state in it. Okay, here. Let's see if this is any bit useful here. Okay, so they have a global state atom up here. Okay. So then they have calculate and then they reference that global right in there. On change, swap. To do MVC, of course. Right. All right. I don't even know what I'm looking for there anymore. So, pass atoms as input through the components, or use the atoms as global variables and let them side effect the components. Okay. If you make your components accept atoms as arguments, then you can make them much more reusable and easier to test. This is true if you opt for keeping your entire app state in a single atom and then passing it down to child components using cursors. Okay, so this answer does talk about cursors. You can even go Hmm. Prefer passing a reactive atom to the component. Reactions, that seems cool. I just don't totally understand. Okay, let me keep trying. Let me see, first of all, let me just do this. +1 offset E. I want to see if there's any real reason why that jitter is happening, or if like I can weirdly smooth it out. I don't understand why it is happening, but I'll see what I can do. Nope, that's not it. Well, let me also do client X, client Y, right? So what that's gonna do, see, it's, when I use that, it's really smooth, but the offset is weirdly wrong, right? And if I do this, line up the box with the edge of the window, it's way closer to the real position here, right? So this offset here, I can calculate some other way. And so the offset, first of all, let me add that back in here. If I do the offset is let's go back to this draggable button and see what the offset calculation is here. here. I've got the get client rectangle, but that's not exactly helpful to me. Oops. Okay. In here, I return js/console.log v and then v as well. Okay, so that should be fine theoretically. Let's reset this. Something go wrong here? Oh, that's fine. But here I've got a whole big mess going on here. The move here is gonna be incorrect, and okay, so those do change. Good. Right? So theoretically, that's what I need. I need this here. Get client rectangle is actually the position of the parent node, which would be this corner, I think. Makes sense. That should be right. Okay, so then the offset should actually just be those values directly instead of these. It should be left, and this should be top. And then here we should have client X, client Y, right? Minus the X offset and the Y offset. Does any of that make sense? Whoa, there we go. Okay. We are on to something now. I'm pretty happy with that so far. Now let's go ahead and get rid of this here. Right? Oh, what have I done? There we go. Okay, let's try that. Let's do a hard refresh here and see what comes out of this. Okay, that's a step in the right direction. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a much smoother drag around. Real problem, of course, is if I leave this window. Okay, so what I need here is a situation where, okay, I can't let the coordinates go outside the bounds of the parent. Okay, but I'll deal with that in a little bit because get parent. Let's leave it at rectangle for now. No, that's not right. Get parent offset here is what I need to call it, because that's what it is. And so I go back to this function here, get parent offset. And I'm going to call these x, and y right away. And I'm going to call offset, instead of doing it like this, I'm just going to get rid of this. Offset is just equal directly to get parent offset, like that. And then this, trying to make things a little more compact here. Okay, right? So the offset is that. You can pass offset into the move handler because that's what it should expect here, which is the move handler's up here. Oh, which maybe I should move down here. Let's go like this. Down handler. Oh no, let's just leave it because that's fine. Right, okay. Warning. Oh yeah, what did I do? Wrong number of arguments 0 passed to get parent offset. Of course I need to pass it the event itself, otherwise it's not calculating anything. And let's change this from event to E. And we go here, E. Okay. Now we're on to something a little bit. All right, that is looking good so far. I am happy with that. Now what I want to do is create let me try this thing here where I right, so instead of this, what happens if I make the draggable circle a labeled point what did I call it again? Labeled point. But I have to, well, okay, labeled point should just have an XY, which will look like this at, well, I want it to look like X at state, Y at state. Okay, is that gonna work? Not really, and the reason for that is it has no on mouse down, but it renders, which is a good start, of course. How do I make that? How do I make that work? Right, because I don't want to have to make a bunch of components all with I could do something like this, def and make draggable component. And so what it'll do is whatever the component is, shoot, this is going to be a little bit confusing. Right, labeled points. Well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it and see what happens. Okay, so all I'm going to do is make draggable the component. It'll be let props equal second from component, and then if props is a map, is that a thing? Map? Yep. So if props is a map, that means it is already a there are already props assigned to it. If it's not a map, you have to put a map in there. So if I assoc in, so let's assume the map looks like this, G text. Okay, so that's what it is. If I assoc in there, I want to assoc in key and keys. The first thing is going to be 1, and then the second thing, right? Well, actually, I would have to do it like this. Assoc in 1 on click ASDF. Wrong number of args. Let's move this over. Come on, you can do it. There we go. What have I done? Oh, right, I have to associate like this. On click, and we'll do right, so that works. And to check, I'm getting messages that I have to check. I'll be back. All right, where was I? Okay, so if map props, right? You want to associ in component one on mouse down. And then all you associate into there is this. Wait a minute, I need a little more than that. It's, let's see here. All right, enough of my phone. I'm wasting my own time here. That's not good. Let's see. Well, let's start. So I know this is going to be wrong, but let's start with this. Mouse down handler. State. Okay, so if you do that, you associate into there this function else. So if map doesn't contain props, you associate in component one, no, yes, one, the map that looks like this on mouse down. Oh, yeah. Oh, that should be fine, right? Well, I don't even need this let if I'm doing it that way, honestly. If second component is a map, then you do that. Otherwise, you do into just one on mouse down handler state. Okay, so this can't work yet because these now here we go. I do let state be I'm thinking about this a little bit wrong. Well, okay, let's do state is that, component is that, close the let, and then it returns function I don't know if this makes any sense. But hey, we'll see. I don't think this is gonna work. Right, so this is probably not going to work, but let's have a look here. Yeah, okay. Right, so the component doesn't if I do it this way, component state, and then I take this out of here, right, so there's the component, and then the state is state. Okay, that's not going to work either. And the reason for that is because I don't know. It has to be a component, so I have to call this like this, perhaps. No, okay, so I'm gonna just back out of this idea. Let's get rid of the make, because I'm not thinking about it properly anyway, so okay, so labeled component. Oh, what have I done now? Okay, there we go. We're back to something that kind of works, or renders out. This labeled point isn't draggable yet, so I should make it draggable as per what I want to do anyway. So draggable circle, well, let's do define, call it a point again, x, y, right? It'll be, let me just go like this. Where am I at now? Here. Paste it. X, Y. But it has to look like a circle, this circle thing here. So I have to actually do it this way, where, okay, let's replace that with this. Okay. And the only thing I need now is in the G. Right, so in G here, that's the group, but first I can put this thing here, which is on mouse down handler, state. Let's see if that works. Okay, so let's just get rid of that. If I go draggable, well, let's return draggable circle back to its condition here, working. Right, that will make a bigger circle, but it's draggable, which is nice. Now I have point here, which I think will be draggable. And so I do, instead of draggable circle here, I just do point like this. Okay. Okay, not quite. Not quite. And the reason for that is maybe the G tag has no, like you can't click it directly. I'm not sure. Right, so this G tag does have an event on it. Well, okay. It's a little bit frustrating. There's got to be a way to attach these handlers like down into the structure of a component, and I'm just missing it. That's okay though. We'll just do the easiest stuff. We'll just start with the easiest stuff. And to do that, right. So we got circle and draggable point. If I get rid of this group thing here, right? And get rid of the dot here, I can actually put this circle part here in here. So there's that whole circle with the on mouse down there, and this dot can be completely erased. And the radius of this, let's make it 4, just like that. Okay, it's draggable now, but now I've got this issue here where I didn't make this connected in any way. Okay, so let's try this reaction thing, r/reaction. Let's see what that looks like. A reaction. Oh, we gotta call it X as a reaction that's shaped like X at state. Yeah? And then Y, similarly, reaction Y at state. Okay, so then Does any of this make sense? Let's try it. At X position, at Y position, pass the state through there, at X position, at Y position, string at X position, at Y position. Save it, see if it goofs it all up. Oh, well, no reaction. Well, that's just not helpful for me. Okay, well, let's see here. Reagent.core is R. Oh, where are reactions? Let's see here. Okay, reaction. Let's see if this has anything here. Reframe. Hey, where'd it go? Oh. Well, that's weird. I thought Well, let's have a gander at reagent reactions namespace, because I don't know where that is. Oh. Reagent API documentation. Let's see if it's in here somewhere. Wiki API. Okay, let me see if I can find where core. Is there a search button on this bad boy? Doesn't look like it. Okay, maybe our Adam has it. Okay, reaction. Let's see if I can add it successfully here. Reagent.ratom refer reaction. Does that make sense? Let's give it a shot. And then that would mean this turns to that. Hey, okay. So we kind of have what we need, but not really. Things are always going wrong. That's okay. We'll give it a start. I think the reason that this is actually a problem is because this component here is wrapped in a G tag, and the assumption I made with the mouse handler stuff was that it would calculate its position by going up one level to the parent, right? So if I'm pressing this circle here, the parent of this is just a G tag, which is going to have incorrect it's just going to be wrong, so that isn't sufficiently, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. And I have to fix it. Okay. Right, let's have a look. I can make this point here. Let's see if this just fixes it. If I actually don't wrap it in a G tag, like if I just leave it like that, what's gonna happen? There we go. See, now it works, because there's no, it's not wrapped in a tag at all, which is pretty sweet. Now what's weird here is, see this? That big old float problem there. Let me math/floor. Is that what I want, really? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, and that does mean up in here I can do this, math/floor. Hopefully that's a valid function on Clojure script. We'll find out. Let's have a look here. Math/floor. Hey, look at that. Right, so we should have something that doesn't allow it to go past there, right? Now that that exists though, let me create a monstrosity. Let me make this new drawable component, see if I can make it work for me. Let's call it drawable 2. And what we're doing here, the only difference is instead of here mapping labeled point to the points list, we are just going to map point. And see what happens. It's probably not going to work. Holy crap. Right, so, oh, of course that's still adding the, that's wrong, that's the old drawable. I'm freaking out over nothing here. Yeah, so it's not right. It's not adding anything there. And the reason for that, I'm uncertain of at the moment. Drawable 2 maps point to the points there, but I want to be able to do, oh wait, maybe I could just see if that makes a difference. Nope. If I do it this way, because it's components, is it gonna work for me? A big old ugly mess. Okay, let's revisit this. Oh, wait. Oops. Drawable 2, that's fine. Okay, so it's there. It's not going to work. Right? It's got the wrong stuff. labeled point. Right, now it's labeled stuff, which is nice. Oh, let me see here. But that's not what I need. I need movable points. And so instead of that, let me comment that expression out and make a for, because I think for point in 2 points at state, right? What we're gonna do is run point with point like that. Okay, so we have this weird situation going, right, where the SVG, let me clear this. Let me draw a triangle, and now let me inspect this element and remove the event. No, can I remove them? How do I do that? Is there a way to whoop. There's got to be some way to just temporarily delete the event, right? No, that's not what I wanted. Undo. Shoot. Well, silly. Alright, refresh that page. Okay, so we've got those there. What I'm trying to do is disable the SVG containing elements event listeners so that they're not interfering, and then I want to see if the point moving will update the state there, but I don't think it will, because I don't think the state is like properly flowed through, if that makes any sense. So let's have a look. Let's inspect this element. Let's go to this event, on click here, select it all. No? Did that actually do anything? No, it did not. Okay. Let's see. Firefox developer. It's a little silly. Edit as HTML. Okay. Height 300. Oop. Okay. And that's good. Does that eliminate the listener? It does. Huh, weird. Okay. Well, I didn't want to eliminate all of the listeners, just... well, okay. Well, that didn't work. Okay, so this mouse down handler here, right? I need it to turn off all other event listeners temporarily and then put them back on or something like that. Eesh. It's not gonna be fun. Okay, so what I do know is this isn't working, to be obvious about it. Right? This doesn't link back and update that in any way. And when I click this circle, it also fires, or it also seems to. Okay, no, that's not true. Oh, it is true. On mouse up. Okay. Okay. If I have a look at the drawable here for a minute. On click, it has to be on mouse down only. That way let's try mouse up and see if it makes any difference. No. Right, so what's still happening is the original is getting saved there. I can move these around all I want, but it's always going to plunk another thing there no matter what I do. Okay, so that it's a real pain in my tuchus, which means I don't exactly know what to do next. Well, let me okay. This drag thing on its own is working, which is nice. Okay, since I don't know how to approach this quite yet, I'm going to go back to editing the drag functionality to at least prevent going negative and stuff like that. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so we have a working draggable here, and that does mean something to the effect of here, draggable circle. No, that's not what I need. Well, okay, let me get rid of this now. Because I have this point, drag point. No, let's stick with draggable point like that, and here I can call it draggable point like this. So that makes no difference. That's just names changing. Good. Now all I need to do is go to here where it resets the state. Is there a clamp function? Min. Oh, well, I can just do well, let's start with the easiest. Let's start with the no negatives, okay? This is going to be x is just going to be the the max of x or 0. Same with this, max y 0. Oh, let me do it this way. So this will prevent, I can only go to 0, 0 there, but this has a no bound up there, right? That's also, so that's the cheap way to do that, which is fine for now, but here I can go ahead and add some more into what v actually is. So I can return, so x and y are those. X max is going to be right of r, and y max is going to be bottom of r. Right, so now I've got the whole box, x, y, x max, y max, and then I can, so that's what offset equals, right? And then here, I have to make a, I'm going to make a little clamp function in a minute, but I'm going to go to the washroom again. I'll be back. Okay. Math. Clamp. No clamp. What's a smart way to write a clamp function? Well, let's just do easy clamp. Definite clamp. It's gonna take v min max. So we'll do if so v is within min or max. If v is less than or equal to all that, right, then actually you can just return v. If it's outside of it, cond this wait a second. Well, okay, if it's less than min, if v is less than min, right, in this condition, like I said, do it the silly way. Start with the silly way and then fix it later. It's usually a reasonable strategy for this kind of stuff. So if v is less than min, you just return min. If v is greater than max, you return max. Oh, okay, so I don't even need this, right? You just do this, 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 and then you do else v. I think that'll work. Is that right? Let's try it. So I just have to do x is the clamp of the value x, and the minimum is 0, right? And then the max is actually x max of offset. Make this, gotta close that properly. Right, and then y is the clamp of y between 0 and y max offset. Now that should still work. Nothing goes past 0 in either direction there. Oh, and we've got it's not working there. Let's make sure it's not a browser refresh problem. That's good. That's good. Still not good. Okay, if v is greater than max, you return max. Else v. Okay, so x max and y max are not returning numbers. That makes sense, I guess. So let me just do this. JS/console.log x max offset, and why not y max offset here. Let's have a look at that. See what turns up. I don't need this. I need the console, please. Clear things. And here, okay, so those numbers are bigger than what I thought they would be. Okay, this has to be like this actually. Minus this. Okay, let me just write this a little differently. Oops. Okay, so here, right, x is left of r, y is top of r. X max, right, is going to be minus right of r minus x. Y max similarly is y dot bottom of r minus y. Okay, and then v, let me just do it this way. That's the let. Here, I've just got this whole map of x is x, y is y, x max is x max, and y max is also the y max. Okay, that should maybe fit. Okay, 0 and 0 is good. There we go. Okay. So that's correct. It just is hard to, if you drop it in there, it's going to be hard to get it back. Right? So what I need to do is an annoying thing of let's do parent. Parent, parent, parent. Let me see actually what other JS console.log parent. Okay. Oh, it does have a width and a height. Oh. Let me try something different here. Let me do instead of calculating it myself, let's do width, height, parent. That should still work, right? That should actually be fine. Okay. 0, 0. Width, height, perfect. Okay, that does work. So that's a little easier than calculating it myself. Now, instead, what I do want to do is parent is that. Target, right, is get bounding client rectangle of E of target so then here x max is minus width of the parent This is still going to be wrong because of where I click on the element, I think, but we'll start here. Stuff's making noises for me over here. What's going on? Someone just fell over on my desk over there. That's fine. Or not my desk, my counter. That's the word. No problem. Okay. Right, so I was trying this thing here where I do the width of the target as the subtraction there dot height of the target here. And seeing what happens there. No? What have I done wrong? Indeed, I have missed a bracket there. Yeah, okay. So we have this. So we're close, right? But we're not exactly right. So that probably is because well, why is that? If I make it half of this, would that work? Why would that be? I don't know. But we'll find out if that fixes it. Let's have a look there. Yeah, see that's like kind of correct, but not totally. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to be honest. It might actually be just because of how the SVG circle element that I'm using here. Let me get rid of this, right? Get rid of the divided by 2, save it, and if I instead do okay, so the center X and center Y position should be plus 2. Since I've hard coded the radius in there anyway, let's have a look and see if that makes any sense. Yeah, that is what it is. And then things go a little weird display wise, maybe because I'm clamping things down by a pixel or something like that. So we'll call that good enough for now. And that does mean these offsets here are 5 and 8, and that should look okay. Yeah. But does that actually work? It's okay. Oh, but this is using a different component anyway, so that doesn't matter. I don't know if I like that. let's go ahead and let's remove that. So we'll go back to this and this. I think, so the reason is because I'm pretty sure if and when I start using this in the drawable spot, then the points will be shifted over by 2 pixels, which I don't want to be, I don't want that to happen. So instead I just deal with it the way it is for now. Which is the circle's at the 0, 0 position, and it's not totally correct there, but I deal with it. Let's make it, let's see if we can make it a little more, yeah, that is exactly what's happening here. Yep, for sure. Well, I don't know the right way to handle that right now, to be honest. I have no idea. And this is too small. Let's make it 4 and leave it at that for now. Call that good for the time being. What should I do next? Oh yes, I should figure out why this doesn't work and figure out how I can connect state up in a way that's actually correct, because that's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. Big deal. So right, so this draggable point component has this state stuff here with some reactions. The reactions I don't actually need, right? I could def x as this directly and y as that directly, I think. Here, draggable point let me see what happens when I copy this directly. Here, right, so I have x position reactions, and if I do this like this, I don't think, if I understand what reactions are, I don't think it should make a difference, but I'm going to find out. Okay. That's a start. That makes no, it made no difference, like I said. That's fine. That is okay for now. It's this here, string at state. These two state atoms are not linked to each other in any way. If I do this, if I don't deref them here, what happens? There's something really weird going on here. What does that even say? Oh, it is two reactions. Okay. Neat. But not what I need. Okay. Right, the only thing I can think of that is going to make this work the way I think is something like this. Okay, so x at state, y at state starts there. You pass state in there. But in fact, you actually don't need to deref it here. You just pull it. Let's try that. Actually, let's do one better. Just make them values so that I know there's no state going in through there. And then this is state that gets passed in. This doesn't exist. And everything else should be the same, right? There, okay, so that works. Okay, okay. I should also I should math floor, not xy, but oh, what have I done? Don't need to floor those. That's fine there. This console log can be deleted. And here I math floor these instead. Yeah, this is all making sense actually. Right, so I really was hoping that I could avoid passing this state into the component like that, but I'm not sure there is a way to do it. I mean, there probably is a way to do it, and I just can't think of it right now. I really bet that this is what cursors are meant to be for if you have state in a global sort of thing. That way things are wired up in a way that makes more sense. Let's see though. So now that I do have the movement of this point updating, or like the state is properly connected in the way I thought it should be, I wonder now, actually, if I go and create a drawable 2, if that'll change things up a little bit here. And I'm gonna attempt another. I'm going to give this another go for a minute. Okay, drawable 2 has state. Right, so state is this list of maps. And I don't even need to do 2 points here. I do for point in at state. You're gonna render draggable point, right? Right, you render draggable point with x of point y at point. That's the starting point, and then you pass the state in there. I don't think this is right. Let's try it. Okay, so there's a bunch of nils there. The reason for that is this 2 points thing is now incorrect because I turned them all into here, right? You gotta go if I do this, will that work now? It would appear to be no. Console. See here, clear this, refresh this. What's wrong? Because there's obviously stuff wrong. No protocol ID ref defined for this. Okay, well let's change that back then. So this is nil, right? And the reason for that is because I go to 2 points at state, string at state, right, where the state is just going to be a bunch of reactive atoms in a list. Make a new 2 points here. That does 4 point chords. You have to do, for point and coordinates, you have to do, you have to make this at, you have to do this, you have to do x at point, y at point. Is that gonna work? Find out. Oh. Hey, there we go. Alright, we are getting somewhere. Isn't that cool? I'm happy with that. Now, what I'm not happy with is every adjustment you make adds a point onto the drawing. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh. Let me just do this into. Is that gonna work? Hey, what happened? Oh yes. All right, we are getting somewhere. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me just, for posterity, do this. 2 points, chords. Let's get rid of this whole jazz band here. And we'll do 2 points, hold like that. Okay. Okay, so we're getting close to the app I really do. The little tool that I really like, and that's a drawable that you can move the points around and you can clear it and start over. Now the obvious problem, right, is the on mouse down event the SVG and the circle both get it, which is not helpful for me. Yes. Should have a key prop. I have to fix that, but I'll have to fix it another time. Okay, so let me think about this here. So get parent offset is that whole business. It's fine for now. Which actually, let me okay, that's helpful. Handlers. This clamp should for sure be in here. Clamp, yeah. The handlers. Okay, drawable. It's simple because it just uses on click. The handlers probably need cleaning up. I don't need to put that because I know they need cleaning up. Let's just leave that like that for now. I need a clean way to create draggable components from to, how do I say this, to make components that I can optionally turn into draggables. I would ideally want to have a make draggable function that wraps any normal component. Currently, I assume the draggable component is a direct child of the container. Example, a circle is just directly in an SVG tag, not nested in a group tag. The general make draggable component would need a mechanism for handling this appropriately. Right, so I also have issues with conflicting handlers between containers and their children. Example, dragging a point in the drawable SVG causes a new point to be drawn. This prevents proper modification. Right, so what I'll need to do is turn off the handlers in the parent, which is this unlisten sort of thing here. Right, so if I were to do something like this, events/unlisten, let's unlisten to JS/, okay, and we've got drawable2 uses onClick, JS/window on mouse up. Let's try that. There. I don't love it though, because I think this will break all kinds of ways when I try to do it on a touchpad or something like that, which is a use case I want to handle, so this needs some work still. Let's just plow forward with this idea, see if it has any legs. Let's entirely... Oh, wait a minute. Let's unlisten. Let's just do this. Unlisten on to, not JS window, but let's unlisten on E target parent node. Let's unlisten there. event type dot, well, okay, let's on mouse up. Let's just stop listening to that. Mouse up. Okay. Let's see if that does what I think it'll do. Right? So that's the mouse down handler. And then if I go up here, right, I can unlisten to all of that stuff, but then I do want to listen, events/listen on E target parent node event type mouse up. So I restore the listening to that. Is that going to work? Let's find out. Something's wrong. Wrong number of arguments to pass to listen. Really? Really? Okay. Okay, well let's see here. Drawable has this function here, which I can just define separately, right? Which I should actually. That does make sense to do that. It should work, right? Well, okay. State. Okay, so we're back here. Draw event. State like that. Let's pop on down to here. That's not going to work because the state I don't have there. Let's see here. Let's try this. Let's just see that this at least makes it, that this still works. See if that part of my brain's working okay. And let's go back here and just events listen e target parent node events mouse up. Let's get rid of this. Okay, unlisten is not working now. Wrong number of arguments. I thought unlisten. Oh no, it also has that. Okay. Right, the function name on here is draw event. All kinds of problems. Yep. Oh boy. Okay, let's see if this unlisten thing, get rid of it. Those functions should work. Okay, so the problem is not with that. It is with how I built up this draw event thing, because it doesn't work on that one either. Okay, that is totally fair. That makes sense to me. Right, so draw event. Yes. Yeah, here. Okay. There's no errors, but it's not doing anything. Here, also not doing anything. Right, so I have this draw event that doesn't actually do anything the way I want it to. Right. Is that because I need this to be like that? No. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm gonna have to reverse these changes. Okay, draw event, don't need it right now, it's not working. I gotta hit the drawing board with that again in a minute. Events listen, events unlisten. Those are starting points that are helpful. If I go back to here, get rid of this because it's not correct. Okay, is that gonna make a working? No. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Right, let's zip on up here to swap state conj. I made myself lost here. Okay. Something is wrong in this area here. Right, so what is it? Map literal starting with width on line 78. Yeah, here. That's what was wrong there. Hey, we're back in business a little bit. Okay, we're at a working, sort of working state, which is really nice. So what I need to do though is make a function that works for me. Let me see, is regular draw still working? No, it's not. I broke it. Very nice. That's because labeled point here is expecting, oh no, I thought that would work. The reason is this is not, that has to be in an atom like this, and that should work. Yep. Yep. Perfect. Kinda. Yep. Okay. Clear. Okay, that's a good sign. This one has draggables. Yep. And clear works as well. Okay, we are getting pretty close to something that I'm pretty happy with. Clear, clear. Okay. We just have this event here. I need to pull it out as its own thing. Let me do it only in the drawable to section here. Right. Well, let me actually zip this. I'm realizing I tried to wrap it in a function here, but I can actually just do defn draw event like this. Event state. And maybe that's good enough. Let's try it right here. on mouse up, draw event, right, which has the event and the state like this. And if we hash that there, first of all, let's just see if that still works. It does. Okay. Now we go to these events here, and what we need is here events unlisten and we unlisten to a function called draw event. See if that works. Well, okay, let's move draw event up there. Let's go like this. Okay. Man, this will be really important to clean up and make a nice tight example of it all. Okay, but now, it didn't even do what I wanted it to. I was hoping that it would stop adding points, but it's still adding points. Okay. Actually, if I do that and I do this clear button doesn't clear them all, it only clears the one. Okay, good. Right, so I want to refresh the page. No, it's not doing what I thought. Oh, this. Mouse move handler has offset and state and makes a function E like this. Right, so now I go here and I call draw event like this. Still not working the way I want it to. Okay, well, the draw event is still, wait, let me do a refresh like this. Okay, not quite what I was looking for. It is at least unlistening the way, well, maybe it's not doing what I think it's doing. What if I do this? What if I make it listen on the, or stop listening on the JS window entirely? No. Okay, well, I thought I had an understanding of this, but it's clear that I don't yet. We're getting somewhere though. Right, so event handlers, and this, they can have state like this, and then you pass a function that just calls an event, and that works theoretically. Like it's at least listening to the draw event. Let me do on mouse down, right? Save that. Yeah. Okay, so on mouse down. And then if I do on mouse down of that, I want it to immediately it's not working the way I want. Right, that shouldn't happen. Huh. Well, okay, this is gonna have to be a problem for another day. I'm happy with results, but I'm not able to figure out what to do next, and I've been streaming for 3 hours, so I'm gonna call it good for now. I need to get myself a little bit of food. Yeah, I'm happy with progress, and I'm getting the hang of actually making some apps that are useful. I mean, this doesn't look useful, but it's going to be in tandem with the CAD work I'm doing. So yeah, I'm really happy with this so far. It's an app that does things when you interact, which is like, I find that to be pretty cool. It's just a matter of figuring out those sorts of things. I get warnings. What are the warnings here? Every element in a seek should have a unique key. Yeah, I know. Okay, these are all things I can work on tonight and tomorrow, and that's all I've got for the day. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're watching this after, leave a like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, engage and follow on Twitch. Anything like that, it's always helpful. I want to keep this growing, and if you like what I do, you like me, share this around to people who might be interested as well. That's what I need. I need engagement, I need feedback, and I need sharing around, because as I keep going, I need to build this up more and more and more, have people engaged and talking. So if you're hearing me say this, thanks for sticking around and listening. And hey, feel free to help out. I would love that. In the meantime, Have a good one, and I will see you later.